Hello friends, welcome to all of you in lecture number 6 on redox titrations. This is Dr. Venkatesh Kopula, Assistant Professor in Department of Chemistry at Anandibai Rao Arts, Commerce and Science College, Vaibhavadi. Friends, in this lecture we will see the use of diphenylamine and furan as an indicator. The diphenylamine was the first redox indicator to be used in the redox titrations. The diphenylamine is one of the most widely used indicator for the titration of Fe2 ion solution with potassium dichromate solution. Initially, the diphenylamine is oxidized to diphenylbenzidine, which is colorless and which is an irreversible reaction step. And this diphenylbenzidine is also act as the indicator. The diphenylbenzidine is then oxidized reversibly to diphenylbenzidine violet, which is a intense violet coloration, or you can say the purple coloration, which is having the transition potential that is 0.76 volt. This diphenylamine and diphenylbenzidine both have low solubility in water, which makes them very disadvantageous and can be avoided by using the sulfonic acid derivatives, which is having the transition potential 0.84 volt. Here it is important to note that the diphenylamine and diphenylbenzidine are both are very low solubility in water. Okay, so to avoid this, so the derivative of sulfonic acid of both the diphenylamine and the diphenylbenzidine are used, okay, and which having the transition potential 0.84 volt. The diphenylamine or sodium diphenylbenzidine sulfonate having transition potential that is 0.76 and 0.85 volt respectively, which can be used in the titration of Fe2 ion solution with potassium dichromate, while the equivalence point found to be at 1.14 volt. In order to use this indicator, the titration between the Fe2 ion solution and potassium dichromate solution are carried out in such a medium which is having at least 85% phosphoric acid is added. Now here we have represented the reaction of this redox indicator, which is converted into the diphenylbenzidine. Initially this diphenylamine, which is colorless, is undergo the oxidation reaction, which is a irreversible step, okay, to form the diphenyl benzidine, which is also the colorless in nature. Then undergo reversible reaction to form diphenyl benzidine violet, okay, which is having very intense violet color and looks like a purple in coloration. So this is the reaction of a diphenylamine to form the diphenyl benzidine violet. Now let's see the use of a furan as a redox indicator. This furan, that is iron 2 orthophenanthrylene, is the chemical compound having organic compound that is a 110 phenanthrylene and bidentate ligand that is iron 2. Now here this complex furan is represented as a 3 phenanthrylene 3 times Fe2 plus. Okay, now this redox indicator reaction is represented as below. Okay, the reduced form of a complex is in red in color. Okay, this reduced form of indicator is in red in color, while this is a oxidized form of a indicator which is in a pale blue. Now here this phenanthrylene, now this furan indicator can be prepared as shown in below. Now this furan indicator can be prepared by using the Fe2 ion solution and 110 phenanthrylene. when three molecules of 1,10-phenanthroline gets reacts with the iron 2 solution, okay, it form the complex that is a furan complex, in which the three molecules of the 1,10-phenanthroline is coordinated with the iron in the center, okay, and this is called as iron 2 orthophenanthroline, okay, and this is nothing but the furan indicator. This indicator is the most useful indicator for the titration of Fe2 ion solution with cerium 4 sulfate solution. It has an intense red color which changes to pale blue with oxidizing agent. In the titration of Fe2 against cerium 4, the change in potential for 0.1 ml around the equivalence point is corresponds to 1.28 to 0.931 volt. The equivalence point potential is around 1.105 volt. Hence, the transition potential of 1.06 volt would be most suitable indicator changing color exactly at the equivalence point. So we have seen the use of diphenyl amine and furan as a redox indicator. That's it for this lecture. Thank you for watching.